have been to Ayodhya and had an electrifying, exciting, and very uplifting yatra. And wish all of you could have also been with us. But maybe some other time we will do one more yatra to Ayodhya when there is less crowd and there is a slightly more chance of sitting peacefully in the temple. So as you know, we have been talking briefly about the shlokas in the 18th adhyay, which we are chanting every day. And we have already done a discussion up to the 9th shloka. So today we'll go to the 10th shlok and I will chant it first to you. Na dveshtya kushalam karma kushalena Tyagi sattva samavishto medhavi chinna sanshayaha. He who has neither aversion for action leading to bondage, nor attachment to that which is conducive to blessedness, imbued with the quality of goodness, and has had all his doubts resolved, he is intelligent and a man of true renunciation. Let's have a brief recap because we may have lost the link a little bit. So if you remember in shlok 6 and 7, Bhagwan Krishna said, I'm giving you my well thought of, well considered and supreme verdict about what tyag is and what sannyas is, right? He said that acts of sacrifice, charity and penance means yajna, dana, tapa, and all nitya karmas, all duties which are prescribed, they must be performed, they cannot be renounced, and the way to perform them is without attachment and expectation of any result, any reward. So a person has to train himself, train his intellect in order to perform these obligatory duties, yajna, dan, tapas, and nitya karma, and he must perform them in karma yog bhav, which means no attachment to the doership, no attachment to the reward or the result. He must dedicate the actions to Bhagwan. And when he performs actions like this, what happens is his antakaran starts getting more and more purified. Purified means getting rid of all the avguns that all of us have in our antakaran from previous lifetimes. Now, when his antakaran gets purified, his intellect becomes tranquil. And a tranquil intellect itself alone can be used for manan and self-inquiry, which will lead to aparoksh anubhuti. Now, we saw the last time we met, that everyone doesn't necessarily perform all the nitya karmas. Everyone doesn't necessarily perform yajna, dana, tapa. Some of us have renounced these obligatory duties. We do not perform them. And so Bhagwan also described that there are 3 categories of those who perform or do not perform yajna, dan, tapa. So if you have renounced performing these activities because of ignorance, giving an excuse that I didn't know about them, I didn't know I'm supposed to perform them, then that renunciation or that giving up is called tamasic renunciation. Then there are those who do not do these prescribed duties, responsibilities, because they're afraid or they have a fear of discomfort or inconvenience or some physical pain or some emotional pain. So when we give up doing these activities because of this reason, it is called rajasic renunciation. But there are those who perform their duties and they don't renounce them, and they perform them simply because it is their duty. They perform them because it is their responsibility, it is prescribed, and they are following the instructions of the Vedas. So they are not renouncing the action, but what they are renouncing is the attachment to the fruit of the action. So no bhokta bhav. They are not expecting any particular result or reward from that action. So that renunciation, that means renunciation of the fruit of the action, that is called sattvic renunciation. Sattvic renunciation doesn't mean you have renounced the action, you have only renounced the attachment to the fruit of the action. And the one who is doing sattvic renunciation like this is slowly moving towards self-realization. And this is where we ended the last time we met. Now, what does the 10th shloka, which we're taking today, what is it talking about? It's talking about the mindset of the person who is performing sattvic renunciation. Means he is performing the actions, but he is not attached to the result of the action. So what will this person be like? What will his mindset be? What will his thought process be? How will he behave? So Bhagwan says the first thing is he will be sattva samavishto. Sattva samavishto. Sattva means, you know, sattva, sattvic. Sama means all. So he will be fully sattvic. Fully sattvic. Because he has no pollution in his antakaran from rajas and tamas. And what does it mean, no pollution from rajas and tamas? It means that all the impulses which we normally have of kam, krodh, lobh, moh, mad, matsarya, all these have been overcome. All these disturbances have been resolved, and now his mind is tranquil. So the first lakshan of such a person is sattva samavishto. Samavishto. Then the second lakshan given here is na dveshtya kushalam karma. This person is free from the hatred from any action which could be a source of bondage. He doesn't hate any action because it will be a cause of his bondage. Why will an action not be a cause of his bondage? Yes, very obviously, because he has done tyag. He has renounced the fruit of the action. He is not waiting for the fruit of the action. So why would he be afraid of being bound? You are bound by action only because you are awaiting, expecting the fruit to come to you. So till the fruit comes to you, you have to keep taking birth. So he is not waiting for fruit of action. So why will he need to be bound? Why will he need to come back? Therefore, he has no hatred, no dvesh, no fear of any action. Then the opposite also is there. Third lakshan is anushajjate. Anushajjate is not even attached to any action. Some of us are attached to actions because we know we are going to get a good result. We know we are going to get some punya. We know we are going to get some brownie points. These are, we have been prescribed an action. It's considered a good action, dharmic action, and therefore I'm doing it, so I will get some good reward for it. But this person who does sattvic renunciation has renounced the fruit of action. He has done tyag of it. He is not worried about punya. Why do people want punya? They want to go to swarg. They want to enjoy in swarg. But this sattvic renounced person does not want swarg also. He has renounced that fruit also because he has no expectation of even punya. No pap also, no punya also. Neither is he running away from any unpleasant action, nor is he running towards any pleasant action. Neither he wants an unpleasant reaction, nor he wants a pleasant reaction. Okay, so na dveshta kushalam karma is running away from the actions which may bind him, and anushajjate is not running towards any action which is going to give him some punya. So no dvesh, no rag, right? One more lakshan is there. Chinna sanshaya. Chinna sanshaya. Freed from all doubts, confusions have been resolved. This person has understood these actions are compulsory. They are my duty. I cannot renounce them. But I know the technique of doing those actions. And with those actions, I am free. I'm not concerned. Will I get Pap, will I get punya? No, I'm clear. His intellect is clear. Therefore, the next lakshan is he is intelligent. Intelligent means what? His intellect has been tuned to a higher ideal. He's no longer concerned about all this, pap, punya, and he is called cultured. He's cultured because he has cultivated these higher ideals in his intellect. He has learned the habit of living intelligently in a cultured way. He has risen above his vasanas. He has risen above his impulses. And therefore, he is no longer a prey to any animalistic tendencies, which many human beings are still a victim of. The seventh and the last lakshan given in this lovely shloka is Medhavi. Medhavi means he's enlightened, he's liberated, because he has fully, his intellect is cultured, pure, sattvic. From this point to liberation is very quick. So he's already called liberated, because in course of time, he is going to reach that pinnacle of human birth. Now, how easy is it to find such a person? It's rare. If everyone could do all these things so perfectly, everyone would be Medhavi, everyone would be enlightened. So Bhagavan says, is warning us, this is a rare person who can achieve all these things. So at least do the first point, take the first step. And that first step is what? Renounce the fruit of the action. That is your first step. Renounce the fruit of the action. Now, everyone, what will that make you? That will make you tyagi. But everyone cannot be a tyagi. Unenlightened people, people who have not cultured, who have not trained their intellect, it is difficult for them. So why is it so difficult? Is what is explained in the next shlok. Let's go to shlok 11. What does it say? Nahi deha brita shakyam tyaktum karmanya sheshataha yastu karma phala tyagi satyagitya vidhiyate. Since all actions cannot be given up in their entirety by anyone possessing a body, he alone who renounces the fruit of actions is called a man of renunciation. There's one beautiful word there, deha brita. What does it mean? Literally, it means a body wearer, one who is wearing a body. Means one who is identified himself with the body, or one who has a body, one who is still in a body. Is very difficult for such a person to give up all their actions in entirety. Because without action, you cannot keep your body alive. And because of that, because actions are compulsory to do in our life, through ignorance, we have identified ourselves as the body. All our concepts and notions that we have of ourselves are linked to our BMI. See, think about it. The minute you wake up in the morning, you experience your consciousness of your own body. Now, you say, I have woken up. But who has actually woken up? Not the Atma, I, the Atma. The body has woken up. The body was asleep, the body has woken up, the mind has also woken up, but we say, I have woken up. So you have taken on the actions of the body and the mind. Even when we eat, you say, I'm hungry, I want to eat. Who is hungry? Not I, the Atma. The body is hungry. The body is eating, but we say, I am hungry. I want to eat, right? Same thing with sleeping. You're tired. You say, I'm tired. I want to sleep. Atma is not tired. Atma never sleeps. The body is tired. The body wants to sleep. So all our actions, which are actually performed by the body, have been taken on by the Atma, which is unknown to the person who is ignorant about his true identity. Even thinking and feeling, these are also actions of the mind. Even breathing, digesting your food, beating of the heart, these are also considered actions. Therefore, actions cannot be given up by anyone who has a body. In fact, actions, the presence of actions means the presence of life in a body. When there is no more life in the body cannot act. So it is compulsory to do actions till we are living in the body. Once the body is dropped, I will not be doing any more actions. So an ignorant person, ignorant means what? Don't misunderstand the word ignorant. Once I said the word ignorant and someone took offense, I'm not ignorant, I'm a PhD, I've done this, I've done that. No, ignorant means ignorant of I am the Atma, Aham Brahmasmi, that ignorance. So we don't have a choice but to do actions, and because of that, we have taken on the actions of the body as I am doing the actions. So we don't have a choice of doing actions or not doing actions. We have to do actions, but we have a choice of what action to do, which action should I do. We have a choice which action I should not do. And if I have to do the action, I also have a choice of how I should do the action. So that choice is always with us, okay? So what is this secret? What is this way of progressing on our spiritual path? By doing the action, and how should I be doing the action? So the way to progress is we have to discipline our actions and we have to direct our actions so that we can be dynamic in the outside world and we can be harmonious and peaceful in the inner self. All right. So what are the two things we have to do? We have to discipline our actions. And second thing is we have to direct our actions. Discipline our actions means which action to do, which action not to do. And direct our action means how to do the action. So if we can pay attention to these two things, discipline and direction, then our actions in the world outside will be dynamic, proper, useful, purposeful, meaningful, good for the humanity. And at the same time, it will not disturb our inner peace. All right. So this is possible. It may feel this is very difficult, but it is possible if you have done Sattvic Tyag. Sattvic Tyag, to remind you once again, means doing your prescribed actions by giving up the fruit of the action. See, all the tension comes because we are worried about the result of our actions. If we are not worried about the result of the action, we will be able to perform our actions with 100% energy because we are not being disturbed by the worry of the future. And if we are not being disturbed by the worry of the future, automatically there is peace within. So this is the key. Give up the fruit of the action. What will happen? You will become a Sattvic Tyagi. Now, the direct result of becoming a Sattvic Tyagi is beautiful. What happens is your vasanas dry up. Everyone is concerned, how will I overcome my vasanas? Bhagwan is giving you the biggest secret here. If your vasanas are so powerful that they are difficult to give up, you are not doing it the correct way. The correct way is give up the fruit of the action. So first you become a Tyagi, Sattvic Tyagi. What will happen is that your vasanas will dry up. And when vasanas dry up, means the desire dries up, then you will be doing all your actions without any selfishly prompted desire actions. Your actions will not be desire prompted. And if your actions are not desire prompted, you become a sannyasi. And this is the first question that Arjun asked in the first shlok of Adhyay 18. What is the difference between a sannyasi and a tyagi? The tyagi is one who gives up the fruit of the action, and the sannyasi has become a tyagi. His vasanas have dried up, and now he's a sannyasi. He does all actions, but not for any selfish desire. He does it because it is his duty out of the joy of doing the action. Now, what will the consequence be for a tyagi, for one who is not a tyagi, and for one who is a sannyasi? What is the benefit? Why should I bother with all these things? So Bhagwan explains that in shlok number 12. Let's go to that, and that's the last shlok for today, shlok number 12. Anishtam ishtamishram cha trivedam karmana phalam bhavatya tyaginam pretya na tu sannyasinam kvachit. Agreeable, disagreeable, and mixed. Threefold indeed is the fruit that accrues after death from the actions of the unrenouncing. But there is none whatsoever for those who have renounced. Three people are here. Tyagi, the one who has renounced the fruit of action. Atyagi, the one who has not renounced the fruit of the action. He is doing all the actions, but he's expecting a result. Atyagi. And sannyasi, the one who has renounced all desire-prompted actions. Let us first understand what is action. The definition of action is a projection of a willful desire in the world outside. You have a desire in your mind, and you have a will, an intention to make it fulfilled. So you project something out into the world, and that becomes an action. An action is a projection of a desire which is within. This action could be dharmic, it could be adharmic. That is immaterial. It was still an action. So all actions that are happening in the world they arise from a desire in our mind. So that is action. Something in your mind, you have an intention, you go out and do it. Now, what is fruit of the action? It's very important and very interesting to see this. What is fruit of the action? So whenever we perform any action, there are two reactions that happen. Two fruits actually. One is outer fruit, which means one is whatever action you have done, it is manifested in the outer world. For example, I picked up a pen and I have put it somewhere else. So it's an reaction of my action. The pen has moved from here to here. That is an outer reaction, which is manifest, visible, tangible, concrete in the outer world. But there is also another reaction which is happening inner. One is outer, one is inner. So whenever you take an action, one impression is left behind in the mind. One footprint, one chapa, one sanskar is left in the mind. No matter how small or big that action is, one impression, one footprint has been left. Now, if you keep doing this action repeatedly, this sanskar becomes deeper, deeper, and deeper. Like a footprint, if you keep walking in the same place again and again and again, that footprint will become deeper and deeper and deeper. Then what happens? Every time a thought arises, every time a desire arises, then that desire, that thought goes into that footprint, and you keep on repeating the action again and again and again, depending on the kind of pattern that has been left in the mind. Simple example, if a desire has arisen for you to eat a chocolate, then you have taken that desire with an intention to eat. You have picked up the chocolate, you have eaten it. It was nice. You had another one. Tomorrow you have one more. Every day you have one more. Every week you have. Every month you have. Now that footprint is getting deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. Now every time a thought comes of chocolate, you'll remember that and you'll want to eat more. Habit. This is called habit. So now, This is one reaction of the action. One reaction outside, one reaction inside. Now, these reactions or these fruits of action, outer and inner, are of three kinds. What are they? Disagreeable, agreeable, and mixed. Anishtam, disagreeable, harmful for you, not recommended. You don't want this fruit of action. Ishtam, agreeable, desirable, people want it. And Mishra, mixed. These are the three kinds of fruits of action which Bhagwan has mentioned in this shloka. Let's see how this works. How does this action produce this disagreeable, agreeable, and mixed reaction? What does it actually mean? See, when, let's say you are driving a car, okay? So in the driving of the car, two important points will be there, two important components in driving a car. One is the speed of the car, the movement, and one is the direction in which the car has to move. So the force with which you put your foot on the accelerator will determine the speed of the car, right? But the speed of the car is not enough. You have to also steer the car. So the hands on the steering wheel will determine the direction in which that car will go. So the result, the fruit of where the car goes, your action is driving the car, but the result of where this car goes and how quickly it will go will depend on both these direction and speed. Or let's say you are playing a game of tennis. So the result of your shot will depend on the power in your arms, with what power you hit the ball, right? So that will determine the speed and the power. And then the angle with which you held the racket, how you gave it this shot or this shot or this shot, the angle with which you hit the ball will determine where it drops in the opponent's court, right? So both these factors are required: speed of power and direction. Now let's see how it works with the thought. How deep your sanskar is will give the strength of that desire prompted action. So that will be the power behind your action. And the direction is dependent on how I allow that desire to go out into the action. That is in my hands, right? I can decide in which direction I want my thought, my desire to go. So that the quality, let's say, the quality of the fruit of the action that I will receive depends on these two factors. Which two factors? The power of my desire and the direction in which I allow that desire to manifest in the outer world. And this fruit of the action, Bhagwan says, uses one word, pretya. Pretya means after death. My fruit is going to come to me after my death. What is this fruit? Three kinds, as I said. First is, if my desire, so strong which it is selfish. If it is non-sattvic, it is tamasic, it's rajasic, and the power is great, and I have done nothing to steer that desire away from a non-sattvic action. I've allowed, chalo, vasna aa gaya, let me go and fulfill it. I've done nothing to steer it away from a undesirable action. Then the fruit of the action will also be undesirable, disagreeable, anishtam. And what will that anishtam fruit of action be? In my next life, after death, I will go to a realm which is lower than Prithvi, lower than earth. That means one of the forms of narak. Or I will be born in a lower form of life. Animalistic tendencies are there, then I will be born as an animal which has those kind of tendencies. Anishtam. Then you have Ishtam. My desires are sattvic. My desires are pure. And I know that this is an act of punya. And I allow the direction to go towards that punya action. Then I will get punya. Because that is the direction in which I have allowed this action to take place. So I will get that after death, I will get an ishtam fruit of action, a desirable fruit of action, which is swarg. I will go to swarg. In one anishtam, I will go to narak or get a lower form of birth. Or if it's an ishtam, I will go to swarg. Okay. Now, we are not all black and white people. We are not like all my actions are bad or all my actions are for punya. I don't only do all pap and all punya. Some pap I do, some punya also I do. So we are basically a mixture of both kinds of actions, agreeable and disagreeable, right? Therefore, after death, our overall result will also be a mixture of pap and punya, mishram. So, mishram means where will I go? I will come back here. Come back here as a human being. So, disagreeable, somewhere in the lower realms, lower loks or lower forms of life. Punya, go to Swarg, but then come back here. And those who are Mishram, mixed up reactions, then we will come back to earth, start all over again with our same mixture of lower sanskars and higher ideas. Idea is that this is where we are right now. We are all humans, right? Why have we come to earth? Why have we taken birth in this lifetime as humans? Because within each of us, we have right now, we have a mixture of both of these. We have a higher also and the lower also. Higher sanskars, higher ideals, and lower ideals also. Not lower ideals, lower sanskars. What are we going to do? We are there right now. We are Mishram. So what are we going to do with that? This is important. Steer your higher ideals towards more and more sattvic actions, no matter what that power of that vasana is. That is your purusharth. That is our purusharth. That no matter what is that sanskar inside, the lower sanskar, now I will steer it. I will, with my steering wheel, I will steer it towards sattvic actions and slowly remove thus the lower sanskars which are present in us because we are human. We are human. We have come with both. Now, what about those people who are performing all the actions? They have not got any expectation of the fruit of the action. They are tyagi. And after that, all their vasanas have also dried up. Now they are not performing any action which are prompted by selfish desires. So what have they become? Sannyasi. In them, there is no power of vasana left because there is no vasana left. All they have is direction. And what are they doing with that direction? They are expressing their joy in the world. They are sharing their joy. And they are doing it not to get anything. They're just it's an outflow of their joy. It's their duty, it's their kartavya, it's their joy which they are expressing in the world. No motive, no particular result, no need to feel sad if result doesn't come, no need to feel elated if result comes. They are simply doing what they need to do till their body drops. That's it. They are not here for anything more. Neither will they get a disagreeable result, neither they will get agreeable result, neither they will get mixed. No karma will be left. All karmas will be dissolved. They will be liberated. So, is this not worth doing? Take the first step. Just remember, you have to give up the fruit of the action. Baki ka thing will automatically follow. Take it home from today. Today, understand what we do right here in this present moment is going to dictate our future. Future means what? After this body is dropped, what will happen? What we are doing here today, right now, will dictate what will happen to us after death. right? And we have a choice. Always we have a choice in this present moment what we will do, what we want to do. We have a choice of what we do. We have a choice of how we are going to do it. That is our choice. That is our purusharth. So take this home, examine your choices, examine your vasanas. When you feel pushed, prodded, urged to do some action, know that it is your vasana which is talking. And then recognize it and steer it towards sattvic good. Steer it towards doing the action without any particular result. Because all vasanas are getting fulfilled for particular results, right? All vasanas are there for particular result. Take this home with you, try it out. Next Thursday, we'll go ahead with the next few shlokas. 18th chapter is most beautiful chapter because it kind of summarizes the entire teaching of the Bhagavad Gita. Let's end with a prayer. Om. 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 Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Shri Jai Gurudev.